Well, I thought this episode was gonna be fucking awesome until I bumped my computer again and it just fucking turned off again. Look, I even got E grade. That's half. Almost half. It's fucking decent, okay? Started the quality series. I pretty much know what I'm gonna be doing. I need a battle algorithm right now. So I'm gonna set it up real quick. I also need to update all the points twice, actually, because I somehow lost it anyways. This was 28, so I wasn't updating these points. And I lost. Now I will never lose it because I made it public, so every time I save, it should be fine. It's saved inside the scene itself. If it's private, if you don't see this save state string, then it doesn't save at all. And I do all this work without loading, and I failed everything. Oh my god. I know God mode exists, but like it doesn't exist at all. It's not how it's supposed to work. I mean, I'm not supposed to have 4,000. Let's try again. Oh yes, that was fun. Alright, I have a demo. Okay, what? Oh, fuck my life. Not yet, I guess. This is a string of all fucking things. Holy shit, man. I guess all I have to do is this. Okay. Still not satisfied with that though. But whatever. I'm not satisfied that I have to do this entire thing in general. I might replace dictionary, and it's just a hell of a show to do that. Dictionary, what a dick. Alright, so this should work now, right? Here's an interesting deal. So I load it. If I battle my dad, I'll start from the very interesting part. I will actually lose money even if the result is like 3 and 7. And these are the stakes. This is how much percentage we stake of our influence. And he gains 193. Because he was able to battle me in the first place. Fucking asshole. This is how easy to get influence. But it tries to equalize itself. It's supposed to be a very special event. And if I make a mistake, I have to reload it. Because it actually transfers to his account when that happens. So I can't just harmlessly test it. But now we can run the event finally. These are the people that I wanted to smash into each other and see what happens. Shane kind of represents like every other Smosh member that is not a girl that has been around forever. Okay? And himself, the ultimate douchebag. Flex guy, I don't know. Just everything. Everything that he is interesting, okay? So we're gonna do this thing. Okay, it's just 4 minutes already. There's still a lot to talk about. I have to like recover these points. So let me try and do that. Let me try and just recover the entire video of how it was intended to be. I still can't do the best fucking job ever, But let's try anyways. New form of money will come like Minecraft, meaning that, first of all, new form of money is coming, which is kind of crazy, and gaming is gonna play a huge role in that. And Minecraft, well, is the most popular system of some kind, right? So this time, well, money is not necessarily something people were creating before, but now it is, right? With cryptos, it is. It's a very simple fucking problem. How am I supposed to get that currency? You know, how am I supposed to invest my attention and effort into it? Yeah, you can mine Bitcoin, but like, how does a normal person do it? And all of a sudden, Bitcoin kind of fades out of existence, I would say. Because people overdone. See, that's a big problem with Bitcoin. Biggest problem, it's not interesting anymore. People pour a lot of effort, a little bit too much effort. You have to figure out how to stop people from trying too hard, okay? This is actually a very common problem. You do something good, and people try hard to break it, basically. Or to take it, rip it apart, basically. Super greedy people come in line first, and you must be able to shut them down immediately, basically. Immediately. Yes, they're the ones who will make things popular for you. So, the way that you shut down immediately, air quotes, okay, shut down, it's not gonna be immediate. It's just gonna be like, oh, now you try harding, so all of your effort is gonna go to the fucking government, basically, or something, some stupid shit, or you get like chased by cops constantly. Like it's gonna be pretty easy to find who is tryharding, who is spending way too much time on something that, well, is trying to fix itself as like a social currency, not something you're supposed to steal. So this is a very interesting. All of a sudden, I would give it a fucking star. Here, I hope it doesn't fucking break it, please. It does break it. You do good. You do one good thing, and people try and break it immediately. Because they know their care is very limited. Try-hard people understand they have limited time to care. At some point, their care will start breaking down. Their care will blend into the real life, and the other things will come back up, basically. But you can push down on try-hard for even like a month. If it's working, you know you will try even harder and harder. It's just fucking ridiculous what's going on with some people's strategies. What you have to actually, in order to be vigilant about what you do in life, you have to adopt it in your life, and it has to be like a little pet. Not a fucking cat, not a fucking dog, not something that takes away life, sucks life away from you, or something you enjoy having. Okay, something that constantly needs to ask you to understand whether it's valuable or not. Okay, that's what it is. Anyways, so we covered one fucking line. You don't need to spend much money. You probably already have enough, which is a lot of people could just fucking retire. They don't know how to do it. They don't know how to fucking earn enough money to settle down in their cozy little fucking way of life, because everything is fake. Everything capitalism gives is pretty much fake. It's built on weird expectations that you're supposed to have money, or it's crazy. Just that expectation alone breaks relationships, okay? Money, capitalism surely makes a bunch of fake relationships. Okay, what actually is supposed to happen, you earn enough money, another person earns enough money, you settle down. Once you settle down, then you can start a relationship. Congratulations, that will not happen in like 70 fucking years. Until you get a pension and you will be forced to settle down. But pensions are kind of flying away into space right now, so you have to be probably 90 years old by the time you have to be 90 years old. Meaning that you have to find a society first that will actually give pensions properly, you know. And yes, what I just said is the most disgusting fucking thing. Yes, most of you will not settle down until old age, which is fucking mind-blowing. I don't know how the fuck you do it, how you spend all your money so fucking fast, and what you're investing into. There's also investment math, basically. You can invest into stocks or gamble. Both of them are wrong, okay? It's wrong to do that. I don't care how fucking smart you are, you're not supposed to invest into stocks. Why is that? Why, even though it's like the smartest thing to do and it makes a lot of people rich, but it's the same fucking principle. Few can get rich. And even fewer than you think. Because it's not a normal thing to do. If it's not normal to do, you can't actually really succeed with this. And it turns into like a similar thing, but it's kind of the opposite of gamble. You just transformed your money into a different currency that may or may not grow, may or may not change in value. And most of the time, you're gonna be fooled. Most of the time, you're gonna be fooled until you learn. But by the time you learn, you have wasted so much money. It was wrong all along. It's just wrong. Learning is expensive on these categories. What you're trying to do, you're trying to get money the correct way and trying to not spend it, basically. As much as you would like to spend it, as much as you would like to feel like a better person, you're not a better person unless you settle down and start working on yourself. Congratulations. While I was poor, I had no choice. So I understand, okay? I understand. I may be talking from a very strict position, okay? I never had enough freedom to actually decide this exact thing, but this is why this knowledge is so important to everyone else, not me. Not me, guys. I want some kind of other knowledge right now. Other knowledge that makes me move, basically. That fixes the other parts of my life. Not this one that's already broken and just strictly asked me to perform very, very well in this scenario. So you probably already have enough to settle down. Somehow, settle down before you start quitting your job, all that shit, okay? Most people have enough. You don't need a family. A family comes when a magical job from the sky drops down and you're like, wow, I love this thing. And you're gonna do this and it doesn't occupy too much time. And again, it just... Now you're settling down a child in your life. You know how much money it will require. And these are huge, huge purchases, by the way. I don't think you want to purchase a fucking child, basically, because it's a purchase. It's an investment. It's an investment that you don't fucking see, which is why it's so simple to just invest into stocks. Well, no. It's not that simple. You invest money and it disappears. Or because it has a chance to disappear, and it will. Just this chance alone is good enough. Besides, who's gonna provide you with the platform? Who's gonna provide you with a landline to put money into stocks? Nobody. People gonna give you a landline so you can put money in their pockets. It's just like, it's the easiest fucking thing ever. Everything is a scam. Money is a fucking scam, and just become normal again. Money, please come down from this fiat bullshit, money in the sky moment, where money just starts flying off all over the place, and people pretend that they're fucking making progress in general. It's not money that has to make more money. You have to make more money, you fucking idiot. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. Yes, money makes more money, and it's wrong. It's the same fucking principle. The gamble and stocks principle is the same. Gambling is easy to learn, but it's difficult to actually win. While stocks is difficult to learn, but it's easy enough to win to where, like, it feels like it's a good idea, but no, because the learning curve is so fucking hard. You will never fucking climb it in fast enough, okay, to turn it into your job. And again, gamble, I'm not talking about gamble in casinos, because that's fucking low-tier bullshit. That's a trap, immediate trap. What you do to truly gamble, you have to gamble people. You can't gamble in casinos. I'm sorry about that. You have to gamble people. These are winning strategies still, and they have plenty of traps, as I have already told. So, don't gamble in casinos, in lotteries. Gamble people if anything, right? You at least know what you're dealing with. Know what kind of expectations you're dealing with. And don't trust stock trading providers. Okay, you kind of also just, like, you know, don't put all eggs in one basket. You actually have to, like, start the learning process. Which providers are best for you, which is a fucking disaster of a process. If you want to do it, go ahead, guys. Go ahead. I'm sure there's a winning strategy there, but there is gonna destroy your life, your actual life that you actually have to live. You know, like, once you have money, like, you come out and someone punches you in the face and you lose all your money. Congratulations. They had more life than you did. Oh, that was me, because I like punching people in the face. Yep, it was me all along. Alright, so yeah, this is going pretty fucking lightning speed, and I already prepared a topic, but I also need to do the battle thing and explain what happened. An explanation usually isn't that exciting, I would say, to mark it down as like a point I made. Now, yeah, so you can identify now that gaming is going to be a big part of what Bitcoin was trying to be, because gaming is the most attractive thing, where currencies are constantly being made all the time. It's just they're not being traded into the real world back and forth, which is, that's all you need. You don't need Bitcoin to be cryptic necessarily, but it's a good system, right? The blockchain system is about decentralizing stuff and sort of making the digital stuff more physical than it used to be. Alright, that's kind of what it means. Decentralizing digital currency, because most of the time currency is stored somewhere in some fucking server, which is still safe, but you kind of still want to decentralize it to make it more physical. It makes it more physical, basically. But the way that right now that we created a physical form for the currency is still pretty fucking lame. Still just digits of numbers, right? It should be a little bit more interesting than that, perhaps. It should be like a token of something. A digital token. Like an image of some kind. Randomly generated. Who cares? But it can certainly be that way. Just like if you can do letters and numbers, you can probably do pictures, emojis that have certain attributes twisted or whatever. You can do all kinds of things that kind of still make it even more physical in a way. But even that's not good enough. You can dig deeper into this process of how do you make sure that money can flow freely. And then the question is like, wait, doesn't like RuneScape work? Can't we have just a centralized server system? What's the big deal? It's fast anyways. The big deal is, but it's kind of small. It's like, well, the server always has to be on. But it's still like what's gonna happen? Like, I still don't see the problem with RuneScape, for example. So like, however, I don't see a problem with RuneScape because they actually made it a different form of physical matter where like you log into the game and you see your fucking coins, and those coins potentially can be protected by making sure you do the screenshot. Basically, we should be able to contribute work to a main server, contribute computer speed, pure computer speed if needed, but even that's not needed sometimes. It's just the real problem is that if we banking something and someone controls the bank, they control a little bit too much, right? They become the powerhouse, the government, and so we're trying to like create a currency that avoids that creation of natural government, basically natural bank. If we give too much value to RuneScape money, what's gonna happen, right? Like, they're gonna go nuts. It's like, wow, we can just make RuneScape money out of nowhere. They're gonna settle down with their own rules. So this is why I do see a problem. There is a problem, clearly. But it doesn't look that big right now. And potentially we can invent multiple RuneScapes. I don't know. RuneScape, like, yeah, has a very shitty word too in the title, right? What if the government tries to bail on us? But most of the time it's trying to inflate money, not steal money. Which is kind of interesting, right? Which is supposed to be the same thing, but the reality is your government can anytime backstab you and start printing money and immediately buy up stuff in other countries, basically. Which is kind of weird, right? The other countries will obviously notice that quite quickly. Who knows? Who knows what's possible? But there is a way to steal money too. Okay, yeah, once jobs are gonna be gamified, once we find that perfect solution for Bitcoin or whatever, it's gonna be game over to jobs in general. Gamers are just gonna be so much faster than regular workers. It's kind of fascinating as well. Because, again, these are motivated people. And they know what they're doing, and they're actually entertained by the game itself, right? They're mesmerized, which is a ridiculously powerful brainwashing event When you just like, you're addicted to something that gives you value on top of your addiction, and you just kind of live in a completely different fucking dimension for a while until you realize, oh, my job is so difficult and I want to spend my money. You start realizing the bad parts, right? But most of the time, when gamers come into a workplace, they can modify the workplace so extremely that you can't escape anymore. You're just fucking addicted to doing good things into the world. Oh, it's just ridiculous. I don't know what's possible, but because it's possible, also like AI systems will allow us to detect what can be done. So it always highlight quests and little tasks that you can do. It's just ridiculous. The only problem, again, there's always this stupid centrality problem. Like, someone is gonna have too much power in the end. Someone's gonna be way too smart and they will press the wrong button and everything is gonna shut down. Just stupid things can happen, and we have to figure out how to decentralize it at the same time while we're doing this amazing new thing. So every time something is new, it doesn't really break as fast, I guess, as long as you clean up the try-hard people. And you can see, like, how, holy shit, how many concerns a person can have. As a programmer, I'm literally concerned about every single bug ever. So this is just how my brain works now. And now I'm concerned about life. Life is full with bugs and shitty fucking decisions that other people made this whole fucking time. And it hurts, but it doesn't hurt to be better every time. And then allow yourself to realize I can be stupid in certain situations too. People allow that to happen, but I kind of don't want to, and people not allowing me to be smart, that's quite offensive, actually. People allow stupidity more than being smart sometimes, like, it's kind of weird, but we still don't know what it means to be smart unless I'm fucking genius, right? That I haven't really unleashed the true potential because I have never grew up in a fucking decent neighborhood, okay? It requires good environment all the time to make good things. The only thing I can do is survive, which is pretty good, in my opinion. I can be a normal human being like the rest of the people by, at the same time, being poor and technically underwater, under fire, whatever you can think of. Terrible parents, no jobs around, nothing to motivate me, no friends, just, the system's screwed. It has to go through a completely wash. We don't use English, okay? We can't keep up with anyone. We don't know what's new and what's the hype about. What is this coronavirus? We don't know anything. But the rest of the world are also fucking acting stupid. So we have plenty of time to, like, try something new, establish it, work super fast. I'm not just talking about gamers, right? I'm talking about people in general who are very good at gaming, that would do jobs very quickly. They're just stuck doing something useless, but they still get money from other people, which is not cool. We should be able to earn it ourselves, because the most unfair part is that the money doesn't get distributed. It gets to the popular people and allows them to make critical decisions, but they're like, well, this is my earning, like, that's not true. That's not true. This is why I put this point: bonus money for irresponsible people. If you're popular, money you get is not for you, okay? It's for completely different things, basically. But if you use it for yourself, you're gonna get knocked out very quickly, especially if I take over YouTube sometime. Anytime now. You know, and again, you don't have to believe who's CEO and who's not. In fact, how about this? How to decentralize CEO rank. Okay, you just ask this one question, put a star, it's gonna bleed a lot of people already. Because it's possible to decentralize every form of power, ever. It's really, really not that difficult, I think. I have like a lot of confidence about this word, that's why I put the star here. Just this question alone is gonna bleed a lot of people from not believing that I could be a CEO. But the problem is, I might not just be the only CEO around, of course. And if it's so important, there's gonna be more. But if it's not as important as you think, it's just me, okay? So it depends on the importance level, but I could also be just the punchline, you know, the one that decentralizes or becomes CEO. So again, there's two choices here. I get to witness the decentralization, I become something completely different for a title. One Punch Man. Yep. That's... Let's take this as a answer. One punch, that's what it takes, man, to decentralize something. You just pick up a piñata, you really want it, you know it's filled with candy, you just fucking smash it, dude. You smash it. You figure out that one thing that will completely obliterate this piñata in the best possible way, too. That's it. Usually that's all you need. Because one punch can be of any force imaginable. In any way imaginable. One punch can turn a car into a pancake. You know? It happens. It's just a very, very slow punch in both directions. No, into the floor. You can do that too. But it's a very big punch and slow. It could be fast, I think. Why not, right? It would probably sound very, very loud too. Turning a car into a pancake. How would that sound like? I wish I knew, man. We're really bad with money. It flies away, and I already told about the most extreme examples of where the money is spent. There's obviously... This is more like money invested. But when we're talking about spending money, it gets even worse. It's a territory that I don't even want to fucking comprehend right now. I would love to punch these people in the face and do exactly the same thing as I'm trying to do with YouTube. You know, like, punch them, the money flies all over the place. You have played Scott Pilgrim versus the world, and honestly, it's just, you just say that, and it's a point of itself, okay? The first One Punch Man ever created, okay? I'm smelling a sequel here. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm a big fanboy of good stuff. I'm just saying. No, but it's the best movie ever made. And don't try and say otherwise. But 2020 is finally here. Meaning that I probably will have to change my mind. We already celebrated Scott Pilgrim 10-year anniversary or whatever. We need a new movie, for fuck's sake. Damn it. I need a new movie. Please. Please, someone. Someone has to pick up the same concept that was long lost and become the One Punch Man. Please. 2020. You have movies, right? Right? Alright, I'm trying to Overwatch, deconstruct everything. I'm trying to higher my awareness of everything. My parents are turning into babies because they're slowly being deconstructed. It's a terrifying fucking deal to make, okay? Who did this to me, you know? You would expect your parents to actually not be deconstructible, and you are actually spreading your wings and going one step forward, but if your parents suck, you're not gonna go a step forward, okay? There is no escape, because the escape route was not built for you to escape naturally, you know? You're now earning a lot of money, of course you're gonna be able to buy things and escape. Bye-bye. But sometimes it's not even valuable to build an escape. Maybe your parents will not even build it for you. Who knows? But my parents did not build it, and they suck, and they split their family apart. And it's so stupid, you know? Because they never meant to be parents in the first place. So we're just actually... I'm realizing this was war all along. Okay? I'm just kind of realizing. Oh, so it was war. So you want God to come down, basically. Give you a randomly generated Pokemon that will fucking destroy your life. Because you depending on whether you won or lost a war. And I live in a complete imaginary fucking world of my own, which has nothing to do with reality. I'm just sent by God to destroy my parents, basically, you know, like, okay. First you play with death, then you play with life. Wow, isn't that fucking amazing? People played with death. Let's say this period, I don't know, maybe bigger periods. I can give like this period. Now they play with life. And I will never stop because this was the initial point that started this entire rant processing. Overpopulation. I'm stuck in a shitty position. People don't care about me getting stuck or themselves getting stuck and being relatable in the first place. They can't find me for some reason. Some people are way too popular and they outshadow other people's lives right now. And how relevant they are to ours. Okay, how influential they can be. I'm realizing that as much as I'm trying to make YouTubers influential, people in my life are a little bit more influential. And I would love to have an influential person in my life so they would max out the influence and destroy everything. Obliterate. Exodia obliterate. Please. Please. I know if I had an influential person in my life, it would be Exodia, basically. Just unbeatable, completely unbeatable person that would just graduate in one day, and then after 2 weeks it would be maybe in my team, maybe completely changing my entire perspective of who's influential and who's not, basically introducing more people into the mix that also graduate, and after a month or 2 months it just destroys everything pretty much. Whatever I thought was possible is now completely different. So yeah, influential person, not someone that influences from as a person, you know, you just watch that person, you just observe one person. No, it's a person that observes you backwards and sends you people to observe as well, sends you books to fucking read or something. Just some stupid shit but most importantly, it fucking works better that way. And I would love to have relationships. Yeah, that's cool, amazing, and nobody knows how to fucking do it. So, congratulations. I'm just gonna sit here until, which I realized, I have a mission to do. I have to fucking stab my parents in the back or lash onto them, and I have to play this role of a god right now. I was like, well, you made life. I'm still pure. I'm still perfect human being, but you guys smashed into each other, created a terrible disaster, and you thought like, okay, nothing bad is gonna happen. We can just walk away from this ultimate smash of like sparking some fire, and then everything burns down. Like, well, I don't think you're gonna escape this fire because there is nowhere to escape, So now that people are playing with fire, where do you go when it doesn't succeed, when it fails? Obviously, again, just making a baby, not a big deal, but it's a big deal for me because like it's my life purpose. My life purpose is completely obliterated by someone's mistake, and I'm like, I don't necessarily exist right now. But it's pretty cool, right? Don't necessarily yet exist because I have never had opportunities to exist, and maybe you feel the same way too, and we're just fucking angels basically that people should appreciate a little bit more because they have ability to, contact angels in real physical fucking form. But once I start sinning and deflating my ego, I can become a human being too and start making mistakes, like, who doesn't want to start doing that? Obviously, one thing is fucking obvious. Abortion is inevitable, okay? Especially if there is no society. So you can't just dump a child and leave it somewhere to be, You have to, if you have made a mistake, your child is a mistake, you have to recognize really quickly what to do with your child. While you also have to recognize, I have to fix my life, basically. I have to re-educate myself, because I can't keep up. And there's a lot, I have to dig into my parents' past and just throw dirt at them, and this is my entire job, in a way. See, that there's never, like, oh, once you have been created as a life force, you have to only do good things, which is self-destructive things. No, it's so complicated, but again, we're gonna be digging into a lot of complicated stuff like this. You have to take care of yourself, you have to show a good example, you must not, get the chain effect where you commit the same mistakes in life. Don't chain mistakes, basically. So, that's it. First you break the chain, and then you look backwards, and you constantly mock the people who couldn't break the chain. Kept going the same fucking cyclical, created cyclical problems, basically, for themselves. Now, and again, the world constantly changes, so they need to know. They just have to know. But if they don't want to know anything, I'm like, there's nothing I can do. So yet another thing, sometimes you're just useless. And you have to move in order to make them care again. The moment I disappear from their life, they will notice. That's when they will start talking to me. But while they expect to find me, that's fucking dumb. So, one thing and final thing I have to say about that, once I become rich, If that ever happens, I show my middle finger to them. And bye-bye. I don't want to fucking talk to you again. Ever and forever, basically. We cut ties. You made a mistake. You didn't acknowledge that you made a mistake. You didn't just throw me into a dumpster, which would probably be bad for me, actually. You know, would probably show the rest of the world and its mistakes too. But that would be a further mistake, obviously. You have to put me in the right place because you're dealing with life. Life that once grown will judge you backwards, you know, like, it's not an achievement to grow life, by any means. It is not. And it's even weirder now that people live very long times and they realize when they become old, they're literally separated from their families, they live alone. How the fuck does that happen? When you're an old person, you're supposed to be the top of the fucking pyramid, the top of the hierarchy. You should make people proud, just easily. And right now with the internet age, like, you can connect with your family easily as well. So there's a lot going on, as you can tell. I don't know, guys. I'll just add a dizzy or something. Like, this is a lot for me to. Bleeding. Okay, I don't think so. I guess I'll use sick. There's just too much. It's so annoying to like try and redo this whole process, but you can see how slow it is. So I planned out what's going to be my 3 next months. I'm doing Equality Games right now. I'll battle a lot of people, smash them into each other. It's almost like Easter again. You smash eggs into each other, and it's a little bit differently. As you saw with the example of my dad has 500 influence points, I have 5,000. So just alone, if he's capable of battling me, most of the time he's gonna win a lot. But the maximum winnings is gonna be 15-20%. It's not gonna be a lot. I'm not gonna stake everything, basically. And it's almost feels like a mutual thing that's supposed to happen, but what I'm gonna do every battle is most of the time gonna be 20%. And you just have to make sure not to lose too much when you're the big stack guy, basically. If you have a lot, you have a lot to lose, and not a lot to win. Just because you have a lot of influence, you should try and barrier yourself from battles, because you're always gonna lose. That's what happens. But at the same time, I don't respect YouTubers that much to protect them from battling. Okay, YouTube is specifically a battleground that you have to figure out how to manipulate so you're popular, but also spread your influence quite well. Okay, when you lose a battle in a way, lose influence, not a battle. It doesn't matter whether you win or lose. Most of the time you're going to win, actually, if you have a lot of influence. Because you just recycle influence, right? And this is why popular people become more popular, why money makes more money. It's a recyclable effect. When you have something and you're contested against someone else, you can recycle a lot of influence. But the real comparison happens when, you look at this algorithm right here. Okay, we can just discuss the algorithm. So we take 2 results, right? We put stakes on the table. 20%. I take 20% of your influence, and I put 20% of my influence. That's the table right now. There can be any amount of people battling, basically. But I just do one-on-one battles at the moment. And then we did a transfer. Based on the results, we split the table based on the results. If you resulted in 30% of points, and I resulted in 70%, that's exactly how we split the table. And in the end, the real winner is who actually got the influence, not who got the best result. Right? That's what matters in the end. Because essentially, what it means, if you have a good result, a better result than the most influential person for that particular period, you can still, you might not even have to win again. It's a tough one, right? It's a tough thing to explain, but it's quite simple idea when you see it, I guess. So let's say Pewds is gonna battle Lindsay, and now you compare this stuff. So what is Pewds supposed to do? Let me pick up a calculator. This is almost like a resolution effect. Yeah. So he can still do 3 1/4 smaller. You can get 3 actually a little bit different. Let's do full scores. This way I'll know for sure. Okay, so PewDiePie can still get 3 times less amount of influence in that particular day when the battle is happening, and would still win the battle. Okay, 3 times less is the allowance based on the total influence. Because if they get the same amount of influence in that particular day, that means they should have had total influence also quite similar. So now I almost effectively explained pretty much explained why battles can be justified, but more like competition. I don't want to say straight up war, I'm saying battles. Something that will show how much power you have in the end. It's really still brutal to look back in history and think that, wait, people owned people? Other people, it doesn't matter, you know. If you have military and you can send military, you pretty much own people. It pretty much is still slavery if someone has to sacrifice their life for you, which is kind of insane to think about. It's insane to think about that stuff. What are you fucking doing? Military is not supposed to exist in a sane country, in a sane world. I'm just saying. But obviously, military that's supposed to go to war is not supposed to exist. A shield is supposed to exist. So technically I can't write this point because it's a little bit twisted, and people in power can always use the shield as the sword, which is ridiculous. But let's keep going because this is so weird. I'm gonna be covering YouTube Rewind as well, and that's gonna be a lot of work, but I'm preparing myself, as you can tell. I'm gonna be a huge deal when it comes to this year's YouTube Rewind, because I'm gonna pour a lot of work into it. It's still not gonna be edited, it's still just gonna be a video, 3 hours long, and it's gonna be called YouTube Rewind 2020, guys. It will have no coronavirus, no political statements whatsoever. It's just gonna give you raw statistics of who influenced me the most while I've been watching YouTube videos for countless fucking hours. Every day I sit down, I watch YouTube videos, I calculate scores. And why do I do that? Because it's fucking entertaining to me, okay? The reason I've been doing this for hours or more, it's entertaining. To just see the entire landscape fucking evolve and force me to create this little package. And even discover some things that are pretty much obvious. How do you reach equality? You just split wealth in a proper way, in a proper battle. How do you win, you know, court cases? Exactly the same fucking way. These are exact same battles they're supposed to be going on everywhere in exactly the same fashion, where values are applied and wealth is considered. And if you're a wealthy person who can take care of themselves, but you created a court case, okay, that means you can battle me out and gain money from me, and I will cover your cost, because when you are a victim, your value goes up, because, you know, you have to be healed, or you have to be monetized back into proper position. But if you have more wealth, if you have more connections than I do, I have literally nothing. You should not battle me, because what I have is zero influence in the real world. Okay, I have zero influence in the real world, and if you have 1,000 influence, but if I have zero, I can't possibly lose my first fight. Okay? I can't possibly lose my first fight. This is why not having any relationships at all is pretty good. It's pretty good. It gives you this insta-win advantage. You know, the first is the fucking gold mine. And you have to make it big. First relationship you ever appreciate and agree upon. It's gonna be the biggest one in your life, potentially. But hey, that's just a theory. And I need some food. This is 1 hour completed. Fuck my life. Hour 1. Second time. But we're doing great. We're doing great. This is hour 1 the first time. I think I almost reached hour 2 as well. We still have to cover all these locks, or recover. This is another huge topic entirely, which is sexual tension, where it comes from, and how dangerous it is, because it is fucking dangerous, guys. Your feelings are dangerous. Who would have thought, right? Because they manipulate you to do certain things in life. So we have to understand that, and I'll take a break right now. I think I'll still play some Hearthstone. I don't know. Everything is so fucking annoying. Because my mom is gonna constantly be annoying. But I have to fucking hold on to my parents for giving me something. And think that they own it. Because there's nowhere for me to go anyways. You know, they don't recognize those circumstances. Right now it's hilarious. And the circumstances that my environment is more problematic than the environment and in fucking X-vironment. None of this fucking works. But basically my home is actually less problematic than the environment, I think. Because everyone just fucking clogs up their minds with problems of their own. And they live their own lives, and they have no fucking perspective of the actual world. We have perspective of how to do business, and how to make money, how to survive, and we pretend that once we graduate our survival, we can actually make other people survive now. We can make fucking children. survive in our environment, because all we learned is survival. And that's playing with fire right there. And business, it's like an extra skill some people fucking pick up to create fake relationships and all these fake things that I haven't really explained what it is yet. It's gonna be a fucking shocker when you realize what it is. That fake relationships are actually temporary solutions. Fake relationships protect you from your problems until you learn how to, not use your friends. Friends want to be useful, but at the same time they want you to be useful for you, so you kind of engage in, a complicated trade system. And the idea is that while you have problems, you're automatically asking for help, and they can automatically ask you for help and all that shit. It's just weird. It's a weird bonding mechanic that breaks down immediately once you solve all your problems. So I did that, and I lose all my friends immediately, because I stand on my own, and I have my own fucking opinions. I don't need people to tell me what the fuck, They have such separate worlds from each other, I don't care. It's not what I'm here, okay? It's not what I'm here at all. All we'll learn is survival, and then we create more survival for some reason. It's fucking out. We create more problems for ourselves. Oh, we're so good at surviving. We're so fucking happy. I'm not happy. But they allow this thing to happen because, oh, I'm such a good survivor, I will make you survive. This is why I'm trying to survive. In the most fucking hilarious fashion ever, I'm sitting here in my room. Maybe I'll die, maybe I won't. Who knows, man? I don't even care what's happening outside anymore. I just only care that it goes away. All these fucking demons, they have a limited amount of time. Or I have limited amount of time to stay here. So I'm gonna outwait one way or the other. This fucking insanity. So, this sexual tension thing comes from Among Us idea, but it's much deeper than that. Among Us is just a new meme that accelerates YouTubers bumping into each other and creating kind of fear mode, where there's always two people that have to be somewhat cornered, but they have to mix themselves in and suffocate other people with fear. It's just this fear game. Essentially, fear is only tension between two people. When tension is over, the only thing you have is fear. You don't want to interact with that person anymore, or with that space, with those in that certain way. So fear can be anything, but but it comes after tension, while you have an intense moment with someone. And sexual tension means that there is an escape, always an escape, when you find pleasure instead of tension, right? You change that thing for the other. And usually that might be the bonding mechanism of friendship, of fake friends, is the sexual tension escape mode. It's like, well, we're fighting each other, let's go drink. All of a sudden you go 180 degrees and let's go to the world of pleasure instead. And this is a very interesting dynamic here. That's why I started with a star. It's huge. It opens up a whole world of escaping problems, basically. So, Yeah, I'm kind of tuning into something, but I don't give a fuck. I'm tuning in that I'm fucking tired right now. But I still want to finish my point. So, yeah, some people are criminals and they, like pedophiles, rapists, they're criminals. They create more sexual tension using sex, so it's not the same thing, okay? You don't just escape through sex. You might try and escape yourself with pleasure, but you might hurt other people while doing it, and all of a sudden, you just created a pendulum effect. The karma will strike back and you will still be unsatisfied, because the way you reached for pleasure was to attack other people, which is, again, a wrong thing to do. Revenge maybe works. Revenge, right? Because you didn't start it. It's not your habit. You're just trying to push away the habit back. And you don't have intentions to teach them a lesson. You just have an intention to make a lesson out of them, basically. I don't know. But other than that, you're not solving the problem if you're harming other people. If it's not a win-win situation in the way it's solved. There are two solutions to this. You have sex, whatever that means. Again, it doesn't have to be so direct. Or you release it manually. Or you have, energy that's, that's negative to you. So you want to release it either way. Okay, you can actually extract pleasure from it, or you can move it upwards in tier. Because this is the low tier choice. Do you masturbate, or do you actually chase after someone and try to have sex? This tier 1, guys. This is supposed to be scary when I say that, because it seems like an already difficult choice for a lot of people. And it's like, oh, you're a virgin, so you chose to release it most of the time. Yes, but also, slowly, creepingly, based on my personality, I was approaching women to some degree, right? If they blatantly want sex, that is wrong. That is a broken person. That is the someone who found a shortcut where they shouldn't have found it. They went straight for it because they need pleasure so much they created a highway for it. But they have not figured out when to close that highway, when to fucking stop. Because there's bigger life purposes up there. I'm talking about tier 1. There's a lot of people who are stuck in the pleasure zone, and they're rightfully to do that because most of them are abused. And money is a scam. Sex is abuse and money is a scam. So, in a way, that while they're creating a highway, this highway goes to shithole of some kind. Sex is not always pleasure, which is ridiculous, but sometimes it so happens. But it's still worth doing the long way around and forcing yourself to think, feel a bunch of things, improve, and maybe you'll turn around and you go upwards instead of going completely backwards. Because you went a long way, but you can pick all that shit up and transcend it. I can draw it if you want. I don't need to restore anything. I just auto draw here. So there's the choice, right? The split. There's this simple deal where you release pleasure, but it's not that simple, okay? It can be anything. It's an exploration territory. So these vectors go any way you fucking want. It's an entire map of how do you pleasure yourself. And then there's an entire map, and it's almost like a fucking brain structure where you slowly reach towards a goal here, which is supposed to be unreachable because it's supposed to be annoying almost. Like, you don't want to create a relationship in order to have sex. That's fucking weird. You want things to happen naturally almost. there's a hole, let me plug a hole and have fun with it, basically. But you have to reach towards that hole in a wall. That's how fucking stupid it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be a difficult fucking thing to do. Yes, you pay like $5 or you pay with effort. This is what payment looks like. I don't have to say pay. This is literally a fucking hieroglyph for payment. Alright, and this is a hieroglyph for taking an explorer's route instead. And you constantly bombarded with these choices from the higher levels. You know, the higher levels are trying to tempt you to do this choice. But what you can do is strike back at sometimes. And that's the transcendence that we all looking for eventually. Alright. Just double checking your visuals. Yeah, that's all good. Alright. So I've shown you guys, let's say, I've shown how an important choice is made. 3 directions, basically. But the third one is like a golden direction. It's like a golden buzzer. You catch that perfect moment when you have 0 influence and you can't fucking possibly lose, so you take that fight. And potentially you win. But it's almost like another choice. Because you can somewhat win and turn it into a reward, or you can stack it up as you're leveling up towards next tier and trying to graduate. But in order to understand the system, we have to understand what kind of things activate this, and all kinds of fears. Any fear you have in life is going to activate this decision making immediately. Do you go back, step back and not fight and just allow fear to manifest? Because when fear exists, you have to learn one thing. As long as there is fear, you can't easily defeat it, as well as anyone else. Everyone will face exactly the same fear, and they have to make that choice. But as long as you battle just a little bit, as long as you acknowledge what fear is, understand more and more, eventually you're going to stack yourself up to tier 2, and the world changes completely. And we start all over again. It's fucking stupid, isn't it? By the way, let's break these 2 points down. No, there is no barrier when you become 18 years old. You just have a good enough protection mechanic from people who want to take away your consent. That's it. It doesn't mean that you can consent. You just grown enough to protect yourself. To do a physical... to keep your consent, basically, physically. You can do that. Most of the time, unless you're crippled somehow. But that's why there's a general rule here. 18 years old, that's when you give consent. General fucking rule. And by the way, this is still too fucking young most of the time to make ridiculous decisions. But hey, we need those decisions to be done because 18 years old is where you actually start potentially destroying your beauty, which is like what people want to see as best as they can. So whether you're gonna go to porn industry or talent industry of any other kind, or just become a cosplayer, yeah, you can look beautiful from 13 years old, potentially. Yeah. Sexually attractive, or, in other words, fuckable. Okay? And everything that I'll say in this video will get me in trouble, so don't worry about that. We're already we're already sitting in jail, basically. If you came down to sexual tension, that was a long way down. So, you must understand, when I said you came down, it's some higher force comes down upon you. Okay, something you don't understand. Fear is something you can't comprehend at all. Because it doesn't allow you to make decisions at all. It just allows you to take a step back and relax. Think about it. Anything you choose honestly, in the honest fashion, there is no third choice. There's just a very well crafted infinite choice, almost. You circulate your fear until your fear is gone. And then the third choice asks you to trigger more fear, and then you keep doing this infinite loop, I think. So when it comes down, you trigger a loop, figure out what to do, because the map is huge. There's a lot of X's to fucking fill in, basically. And there's a lot of things to explore, right? So question marks. Lands, basically. So you do this loop, and when you're satisfied, you come back. It's almost like fear mechanism is communication with God or whatever. Communication with reality. Alright. Okay, I consumed your fear. Let's go. You banged your fucking head into something that you fear. Something that feels very intense. And hope more shit drops down. But sometimes you will break through, basically. So that's the tier 2. So at some point you will break this wall of fear. The first level of fear, however, when things start looking completely different in your life, and the system changes the way you do things. I'm not super confident right now what's gonna happen next in my explanation, because this is the territory that I haven't actually explained properly, and this is where I would normally just stop. After trying a little bit. I'll try a little bit, and this is another form of fear. I will still circulate around it and try to give you best results. But now it's almost like a projection, right? I can put myself down and force myself to fear, but I wouldn't actually necessarily fear anymore. So now I have a projection of some kind. 2 tiers that I can control, 2 maps that are separate from each other. I can always come down and create a better reward for myself, but instead I can keep myself up here and not take as much rewards because, well, everything kind of resets. So there's a lot of fucking dynamics going on. Again, bear with me, I don't know. I don't know most of this stuff. This so far now is speculation territory, but for the most part, that's how it works, right? You don't face your fears. Ever, actually. You literally try not to let your fears manifest. By any means, don't let your fears manifest. Take over your heart. Because your heart always wants to be as close to danger as possible, and following your heart is actually ridiculously dangerous itself. But it's trying to do that just to, you know, maximize life, I guess. It's just a maximizer of everything, which is still potentially not something you want to do right now. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Your heart is going to tell you, if you do this, this, and that, your dreams will come true. It's just the stupidest fucking thing, but, you know, sometimes you just do it. Oh, if I play lottery, no. Nah, you're just stupid. You're just stupid. You're not following your heart. there is no like lucky ticket way out. But there is lucky decision making, because decisions that you make in your life are actually bigger than the scratch off lotteries that you can play. Because those lotteries are set and cold now. Someone has been confident enough to set those lottery tickets out there for everyone to play with. But the reality is, a human being cannot set himself up to be played with. Okay? Real human beings are the truly vulnerable ones. And this is why you don't gamble, you gamble against people. Where was this fucking point? Don't gamble in casinos, gamble against people. And the same way you follow your heart into other people's worlds. Jumping into other people's worlds and trying to interact with them in some fucking fancy ways where you don't get in trouble. But that's what your heart wants. Your heart wants to learn how to fucking interact with people. And right now, this might be the most dangerous thing, or the most luxurious thing you can ever do. The most freeing thing. I don't know. I'm still not ready for it. I'm fucking 25 years old. I don't know how to fucking talk. Because internet is pretty cold for me. I felt like I just do YouTube videos. People gonna watch it, right? No, it doesn't happen at all. In fact, I offend everyone all the time. I believe. I didn't even know that. You know, I'm just full of insecurities. But let's say Hitler. So maybe Hitler knew something. Hitler did nothing wrong. Well, the problem is circumcision, basically. Behind all of this is the world of Jews, and the Jews have inserted their culture of circumcision, which is probably the most deadliest thing ever, because it literally covers half of the choices here. Exploration of pleasure. How the fuck otherwise you're gonna do it? And it actually unequally attack men. Jews were trying to attack women too, but, you know, circumcision is something that stayed. And it's just ancient. You can see how ancient fucking ideologies invade people's lives, cripple half of their fucking possible choices, and turn them into slaves that constantly have to pay and reach for those fucking markers. You have to get the car, get the family, get the job, get that child. Get yourself divorced. Oh, where did that come from, you know? Well, that came from when you paid all this time and this happened. You moved. Your brain moved and created space here, and now you're doing exactly the same thing with the things that you have usually did. You're re-exploring them. You just moved away because you circumcised this part of your fucking decision-making possibilities. So, well, fuck, your brain is gonna auto-fix everything. You're probably gonna move to the middle here. You pay, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take over this X right now. Just obliterate it. And reestablish. Easy. There's never a point in time where your body can't take it anymore, okay? It's gonna readjust itself. Believe me, the balancing system of real life and most of your body is flawless, okay? And when someone throws a virus at you, you not only laugh at it, you spit in their face. The idea of a virus, it's just hilarious to me. I don't have to go to a hospital ever because I understand how my body works, okay? Yes, sometimes in some weird situations, there's a bullet inside you and you have to take it out. Maybe. I don't even know that part. How does your body handle bullets inside you? Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know that, so I can't really help. It is no idea that you just leave it there. But it sounds ridiculous, right? Like, what? No. If you have a chance to remove it, do it. Yeah, you're gonna bleed. But the other thing that can happen is like, you know, your body will start adapting in the wrong format. And then there is no way out. What, you're gonna distribute pain? I love that fucking factoid. God does not allow distribution of pain. Okay, he does not allow, oh, I will feel pain tomorrow. I don't want to feel pain today. God does not allow that, okay? Now you're literally fucking talking with God and like, no, just kill yourself then. Just feel all the pain. You're literally angering God by saying, oh, I will feel pain tomorrow. I don't want to fucking do it today. Basically, careful when managing pain. God might not like this. What is God in this situation? God is like, I'm sorry guys, you have no idea what you're dealing with. You have no idea what you're fucking trying to manage. So please, do it as quickly as possible and forget about it. Okay, because pain is madness. Pain is the next level of fucking insanity that no one should deal with. Nobody should deal with. Because that's a clear mistake. This is what God's gonna remind you. Oh, hey, remember that pain? That's the only thing that God wants to remind you, probably. Okay, you come to heaven. Hey, you will never feel pain again. But you remember that pain, right? And then you just go back to the world of spikes. Oh man, when I was doing this God mode, when I tune into like this stupid level of consciousness at this point, it's stupid. It's stupid powerful. So when I did that, in the end of 2018, I went to the God mode once and never again. Okay, because this is the scariest thing ever. But I felt like God wanted to give me all the pain ever. To make me feel all the pain ever, and never happened. And I'm like, that was the scariest moment ever. What? You wanted to give me all the pain? What could that mean? Can you imagine? Every pain imaginable all at once. What? What does that mean? It means nothing, okay? Pain is something you avoid, and that's the end of the sentence. The end of the statement. You just avoid that. Because it's almost like trying to summon the opposite of reality, basically. Well, you're trying to do something very, very painful, which does not belong in this reality. I'm sorry, okay? That's what it means. Maybe it exists some other reality, but that's what pain is. Yeah, when Naruto fights Pain, Pain dies, actually. And restores reality back to normal. Congratulations, Naruto, you fucking did it again. He's a fucking genius. Okay. Force Pain to reset everything. Fuck yeah. So yeah, just don't create pain, okay? Nobody wants pain. Of any kind. It doesn't solve problems, you fucking assholes. It's like contacting aliens at this point. Oh, let me self-harm. What aliens are you trying to contact, you fucking fool? People want something from you. That means they want to release energy. Okay, so if people are attacking you, most of the time it's the higher level projection, right? From somewhere else. So always gonna treat it with respect as if it's a higher level. You're not just gonna ignore it, right? No way. There's no way you're gonna ignore it. So They're trying to release energy, but some people ignore this because they feel like, oh, you released your energy, you're not gonna bother me anymore. And that's it. That's how people treat it sometimes. But they don't understand that people want something from you, you know? Like, I'm gonna give it a star because this is so fucking... This is bleeding new light for me. No triple fucking dots. Get the fuck out of here. They want to release... This is perfect. Shut the fuck up about your dots. If it's star, it's a star, man. Those dots are my fear. No, it's everywhere. It's now a natural occurrence. Every second statement, I guess. Oh my god. Okay, halfway in. This is ridiculous amount of work. Why am I doing this? I don't know. It's just... That's what I do. I'm sorry about that. I'm an internet detox. That's me right here. Why is this happening? Okay, how did I went so fucking far? This is why. Brace yourselves. First of all, I'm tier 4, so potentially I'm gonna go all the way. But right now I'm in tier 2 territory. And already, this is what I do. This amount of work. My amount of work will only shift in formation. It's not gonna shift in quantity. Okay? There's so much you can do as one person. But once the formation shifts, once more people contribute in helping me to do my work, because most of the time that's what you want, is just better prepare yourself every day with better tools. You can do everything yourself. You just need better tools each time. So here you go, internet detox. What does that mean? This is a big deal, isn't it? Because, well, first of all, you might have to be banned from the internet. You might have to understand what internet truly stands for, that it might even transcend into something else entirely. Who the fuck knows? So it's almost like a choice between YouTube CEO and internet detox, but whatever. What I also said, I have my reasons for being poor and not having anything. So, like, that's cool. Which is, again, still relatable to a lot of people. I just can't find them. They, for some reason, don't have a voice. Which annoys me, okay? You know, there's people that I can relate to, but they're tier 1. So I can't possibly connect with them. And all of a sudden, that's fucking stupid. Because every time they try to connect, if that's the case, I put a shield here. And I'm like, well, I'm kind of tier 2, actually. I kind of understand what you're trying to do. Nah, no, don't do it. And they just can't reach it, basically. And it's annoying, but I have to do it the way that I am. I have to do things the way that I am. Wow. Couldn't it be more obvious at this point? Take stuff very slowly, blah blah blah, so you understand you take this slowly. You pay for it. In every other way than money. Every other way that's not too valuable for you. For me, money is like super valuable, so I say money. But it could be anything. You're trying not to lose the most valuable resource when you're trading, obviously. And there's more resources than just one. Genders might not even matter. This is a completely new discussion almost. Because this is tier 2 now. This is where your mind's supposed to be blown, but I cannot do it twice. So because I already made the statement, it's not going to have a huge impact. I don't think. But the idea is, the gender stuff is sexual tension. You know, this God-created sexual tension, and it's tier 1 thing. It's something you were born with, but the moment you're tier 2, you actually don't care anymore about genders. Besides, like, yeah, you think, like, you keep your sexuality in your head. Kind of. You keep your habits, I guess. But the gender does not matter anymore. Something is you try to ignore when people bring it up. It's like, well, yeah, it exists. just doesn't matter. They live separate worlds. The thing is, the next point kind of highlights what actually is going on, and your body is curious, okay? So men and women are split apart into the different sections, caring about completely different things. Okay, and it makes it really tough to communicate. So sex is how it happens, the communication happens, but obviously you can evolve that communication somehow, and I still haven't figured out how to force women to communicate, which is, besides sex, okay, it's just weird. Something I want to, like, note down. I know women communicate differently. It's almost like offensive statement, because, like, what, they can't fucking communicate like a man? Just back and forth, normal messaging? No, I literally found out that it's not possible. Okay. And I don't know how to do it now, so besides, like, trying to sexually creep forward, because I'm still far away from all the goals that I would normally have, unless I have been exploring myself this whole time and I don't give a fuck, because I have nothing to pay with. See, the payment system might be broken now by capitalism. Imagine being circumcised and living in capitalism. Good luck with that. Yeah, you have money, but you did it in a completely different process than a slow accumulation of resources, okay? It's complicated all of a sudden. What is this shit? Potentially you have ability to reset everything as well. So you might start it completely differently because you already have this system in place. You might not need anything but infinities. Maybe one land that has everything to offer all at once. You slowly do something, but it ends up in exploration, or it ends up you landing the plane. Like, this next tier could be completely different all of a sudden. So it's actually quite interesting to note this down and try and understand that now I'm trying a completely different approach and how to treat women. And honestly, that's the right thing to do, I think. While gender... I don't think gender doesn't matter, okay? I think what I said is too outrageous to be true. Gender matters even more because you realize that difference actually is super real and it's made by nature itself. And you can't avoid it. You can't avoid this hammer knocking you out and being like, yeah, your brain is split actually. Like it normally is. You can't say your brain is one thing when it's two things working together. Okay, just because we work together as men and women, that's still two genders. So the idea is that people are not trying to make it two genders, make it a spectrum, a choice, which is not true. It's just that's why I say it doesn't matter. The choice is not there. It doesn't matter. But your body's now curious. Okay, it has a purpose now because it sort of feels like there was a choice made, right? So what would happen if your body started making the other choice or trying to explore the other world? And that's the whole fucking purpose in the first place. And be curious about potential life. Keep running away from dangers. It's just too obvious, I think. But the potential in life to be curious about, it means something, right? The potential means like anything magical that can happen, you are actually curious about that. If it's truly possible, and when I was curious, that's the right way to be curious, is just be curious about magic. Fucking weird stuff. Just come up with some kind of magic thing and try to see if it actually is happening in reality already. you might be surprised that magic is happening somehow. That you're satisfied with the way reality works. You might be fucking surprised with that. Because everything is magical and is being taken for granted, and if you don't have time to appreciate it all, it just makes things so much worse all of a sudden. The potential is wasted all of a sudden. Anyways, cool people, and again, I'm doing my thing, right? This is how I happen to be. Again, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, because it's just my thing. Just like gender is something you naturally adopt, the same way your activities are naturally adopted. It's just who I am. I'm sorry about that. And trying to re-identify yourself, that's a lot of work for nothing. That's a lot of work to reset something that might not even work in the end. But when people's identities are so destroyed where they have to shift, they feel like if these are the genders and I'm shifting, something wrong is going on, so I have to somehow vocalize that feeling. But that's all there is. It's just a very, very self-destructive thing that happened. And you're just trying to say, people have to care about this. And you create a minority, and Americans are like, let's gobble up all minorities and expand on them. Because they're the most outrageous groups ever. It's almost like every single minority in America that ever happened just spreaded its fucking cancer for eternity. I don't get it, dude. Except Russians. Where is the Russian minority in America? What the fuck is going on? They probably killed themselves before they spread anything. I don't know. It's weird jokes, man. I just see them as fire people and they can't live underwater. Where Americans probably feel like they can spread anything. Any ideology, any relativity, basically. But they don't know what they actually like. They just like the underdogs. Right? They just look at the lower level people because they're so wealthy themselves. But at the same time, they just forget about doing that as well. So, oh yeah, I'm supporting minorities, and then you realize you don't. And you're like, what? But I am thinking about it. You know, you can say one thing, but nothing happens, basically, when you just say it. I recognize that I'm not doing anything right now. I'm just trying to settle down what I already did and what I already know. And what was happening, because my life is just too intense right now when I'm observing everything and I care about everything. So that's important. Cool people don't look back into explosions, so yeah. After many decisions, you made an explosion of coolness and you go forward, basically. You don't look back. You know it's a system that you own. I don't know, something like that. Whatever. Or stupid that. Okay. There's a different reason why I put this down. So if people call you some ridiculous tag, like you're the most dangerous person in the world and they're running away from you, basically. So once I mention dangers, you're being tagged as like super dangerous immediately. Nobody can do that, okay? Yeah, you can be suspicious, but you cannot be dangerous. So just like in the game of Among Us, you're supposed to learn not to immediately be suspicious about everyone that you don't like or whatever. Like, that's not how it works. You have to find reason to be suspicious. That's it. And cool people, when they're under attack by the stupid tags, when they're being called out as the most dangerous, you can copy the tag and give it to everyone else. I think all of you are suspicious and you just make an explosion and go away, basically. You don't have to play the game if you don't like the group. You don't have to be a part of people you don't like. They're just gonna waste your time anyways. So you create an explosion and go elsewhere. You're too cool for them. Okay, you can summon Oblivion Gates anytime means suicide. Okay? Any form of suicide is Oblivion Gate. You want a demon to consume you? congratulations. It will come through with a lot of pain, because that's not how you're supposed to, you know, ask for death. Death comes naturally most of the time. You just get hungry, you die. Jesus Christ, is it so fucking hard to figure out? Yeah, you will try eating grass or some stupid shit. Eating fucking dirt. And maybe some of that stuff actually is gonna work out for you. I don't know. But, you don't summon Oblivion Gates, okay? You live your fucking life. Don't consent to stupid shit. Your consent is like super important thing, by the way. It's another thing that helped me graduate, basically. It's such a stupid process, by the way. It's almost like I went the opposite way, how I never operated before, and I started graduating immediately, and I'm like, what the fuck was this whole experience? Now I need to write a book about it and make people feel the exactly the same way that I felt. What the hell is this? It's impressive. It's almost like an arena experience. Let's fight a lion. Okay, cool. How did I get into arena? How am I fighting a lion right now? I don't even have any weapons. And you realize you do have weapons. Imagine that. You are stronger than a lion. But it's such a weird graduation process that everything was prepared for you this whole fucking time. What the fuck are you... Now I believe in God, I guess. I believe in the God of consequence. When you're ready, people are gonna fucking prepare you and give you a battle that they know you will win. Okay? They know you need to have this battle to recognize that you're better than everyone else or something. It's fucking ridiculous, by the way. And it happened in most magical ways that I can't explain or write a book that wouldn't be considered science fiction at this point, so well played, I guess. Your heart starts asking you to do something stupid all the time, by the way, because your heart operates outside of your comfort zone. Your heart is like what you want to do, who you want to protect, what you want to know about, like all these fucking stupid things. You're just supposed to be safe and figure out how to be more safe. But your heart is annoying as fuck and tries to not be safe. So how to fucking deal with it? Just ignore it. You will do it anyways. You will feed your heart whenever the moment comes. It has to be done, right? So whenever you're doing something that seems stupid, you can take a longer route anyways. Prolong it. And you will realize that even just going to fucking grocery store is the most disgusting thing ever. If you have a job, then wow, you're already doing enough work. Your heart does not have to go to every bar ever, meet every girl ever. Don't need to do that. Just go do your job and be happy about it. Because you have no idea how crippling fear truly is. Okay, when you open yourself up to the reality of the world, the full matrix. Your heart cannot get stuck at home, basically. It's just the least dangerous place. Because dangers, while they're happening, they're trembling your heart of like, what is happening? You know, I want to know. Either way, whether someone is getting hurt and I need to help them, or whether someone is getting hurt and I need to watch this for my fucking personal pleasure. Whatever your choice is, your heart does not stay in safe zones by any means. It's still pretty complicated concept. I mean, holy shit. What do I do, right? You're constantly put into this mode, and this is why you sleep, I think, to actually lesser your heart. Your heart goes into this illusion mode, basically. Oh, this is the new reality. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, you fooled me this whole time. So it's fucking weird, isn't it? The process of sleeping is just to fool your heart. Fucking weird. But even this fooling around with your heart knows better, basically. So it says, well, that dream was reality. And like, what? Because your heart is way stronger than you think. So you can actually turn some dreams into reality, potentially. Flip the table, basically. Who knows? You're not just fighting some kind of idiotic, annoying thing that has no power. Your heart knows, it just doesn't do anything. Just, hey dude, can you take me to that place where it's super dangerous? I want to see some things. I have left something there. I don't know. It's just trying to fool you while you're awake, and you fooling your heart while you're asleep. That's just fucking day and night, boys. Ridiculous. What is this bullshit? Why is this hour number 2 already? Why is this so hard to read, man? I'm just reading. Almost there, guys. Almost there. So, I don't want to do any locks at all. I just try to, repurpose these. Statements. Okay. It's a foolish thing to do to follow your heart, but you have to respect it. Okay, so we did that, finally. People are too weak to handle emotions, so they give it back. This is the hatred circulation process. So when I throw hatred at someone, they're like, I can give you hatred too, and take this bonus thing that I am, basically. But what they're actually doing is they are sending me back my hatred, most of the time amplified, and then there's this additional emotion that probably has been half-eaten by my hatred anyways, and this doesn't apply back to me, okay? So they just basically return my hatred to me, a little bit twisted, and I'm like, well, I'll just keep throwing it back. So you just keep throwing your emotions multiple times, as long as you mean it, as long as you can. You just, okay, bring me back my hatred, I can still throw it. But they have this little thing where they can twist your hatred just enough to where you can't really throw it back without, like, wait, what happened, What is happening? I don't feel hatred anymore. So people constantly try to fix your emotions when you throw emotions at them. It's just a normal thing to do. So this is how it circulates. It's kind of interesting. Okay. Your thrown emotions get twisted by others, so you can't throw it again, basically. Sometimes, if you're very good at it, you can't just do the same thing. It's almost like detecting a combo, a plan in your opponent's strategy, and just blocking that strategy. You can do it once. You can squeeze it out once. And depending on how susceptible that other person was, that's how much damage you're going to get out of it. But again, you're not actually wishing any harm, are you? Like, that's kind of lame. Take every chance of making a friend. Everyone is dying anyways. Might as well fucking make friends from any direction, any place. Anyone you can get, just fucking take it, okay? Be fucking friendly. I'm still fascinated that people can ignore others because they feel like I'm just releasing my energy. I'm just doing my thing. I'm living my life. No, I actually want something from you. I'm actually poor, guys. Hey, fucking assholes. I actually want real friends. What? Fake friends? Fake friends are trying to protect you. They're not necessarily going to give you anything. But they're trying to protect you from making stupid decisions. And that's the help that you can acquire. It's like, well, I feel suicidal, and you can talk to a friend. You don't need to fucking talk to a helpline when you're feeling suicidal. That's stupid. That's not going to help. These people around you, they're not suicidal, obviously, because they're living their life, and being suicidal is a very special event, I would say. So that's something you can be protected from. And I had this specific incident, again, end of 2018, and I had to battle these two dudes that were double jokers that didn't know that they were playing both at the same time against me. But essentially, I smashed them, okay? That's what made me feel like I graduated. That's what it was. This whole process of battling fake friends and making sure that I don't need them, actually. Annoying them to the point where they realize they shouldn't be with me anymore. So I think I achieved that. And the moment when the most fear was happening, they like quickly changed their names and all that. It really twisted my fucking mind at one point. This guy changes the names based on book covers, I guess. I don't know what Vector did at all. Him changing the name made no fucking sense at that moment, okay? And it didn't even meant anything. I don't even remember if I spelled it out right or wrong. Because I can't translate it. I just thought it meant test victorious, okay? Victorious test or something. Anyways. Yeah, cause he had the end of the name. It was Bethesda or something. But whatever, I don't care. Your fake friends will leave you when they feel useless, when the protection is over, right? Because while they can protect you, they can also take advantage of you, obviously. But when you're protecting yourself, they are useless pretty much. They have to level up to your fucking degree. You're tier zone to become fake friends again, but in a different format, I think. It's not gonna be the same anymore. There's not much. Well, protection will still need it, but it's probably completely different now. Okay, or it's like more understanding fake friends that fucking are aware of how fake they are. I don't know. It's like YouTube creators coming together to be friends for a specific event. That looks like a decent way to do it. But that's a little bit too specific because I'm literally talking about Among Us right now. So Vector is a name for reckless person. Now I'm literally taking this name and I'm just like, everyone's a Vector now. You're reckless, you're fighting against me, you think that's what recklessness is. Like, I'm right, you hit my level and you still think you're right, and I'm like, okay, let's go up here. Okay, I'm throwing plates, I'm giving you self-esteem. Let's see what happens, dude. You think you fucking you know what you're dealing with? I don't think so. Because I'm putting a lot of work here and it doesn't pay me anything. So it's double the damage. Okay? It's double damage time that I'm going through. When people make YouTube videos, they half-ass learning. Like, they're learning 20% as fast as I am. I'm learning super fast. I'm outdoing a lot of YouTubers. This is why being a YouTube CEO is just a must for me. I'm just gonna do it, you know? It's not that impossible. Showing that you're responsible with money means nothing. What? But there's a point, basically. Bonus money for the irresponsible. Oh, that was about me. So I'm showing that I'm responsible with money, but I still have to make money. I have to be responsible with sanity or something. Something that I lose when I go to work, or I don't know. Deal with reality. But I don't want to deal with reality. Reality sucks, man. I want to cry instead. I want to learn how to cry. I'll do whatever it takes not to fucking do it anymore. I guess, like, okay, my parents still have money. I don't have nothing. Fuck it, man. I'll figure something out. If they feel like they were good parents still. I can make you good parents. For a little bit of an exchange. Fuck yeah, dude. I can change the past. The past is the easiest thing to change. You know, the future is false promises. Really dangerous. Future changing is dangerous. But you can still give like general promises of what normally should be in the future, right? What we haven't achieved yet. We can still do that, but changing the past is super easy. Well, it didn't happen. But it didn't happen. Some people still gonna hold on to it and all that shit. This is why it might feel like I'm a very different person from everyone else. It's just, I changed my perspective, I changed my past. I changed the way that I see things in the past. With things that I've done. This accumulation of things, of course, is gonna change. Anyways, showing my responsibility to money doesn't mean much. It doesn't give me that much gratitude over myself until I actually have to deal with money and basically play the same game as everyone else. I gain the same opportunities, I gain the same fucking deals. We clean up the past where like, oh, you had to go through college or something. No, I didn't. Nobody had to go through anything. Okay, if you're smart enough, you can keep up with the rest of the people as they are. And what I was keeping up with is just a bunch of cheaters. How the fuck did cheaters get their jobs? They didn't. They just worked very hard on deception or whatever. Cool, maybe you'll learn something, but please. Current world does not accept colleges as well as you think. If Elon Musk spit on colleges, man, it must be a very big acidic spit from the gods that killed at least one college self-esteem. One college should have just exploded. Yeah, it's still a place where you can find people. If you ever needed people. It's fucking disgusting, honestly. So I'll just skip this point. I don't actually care. When someone goes all in, so in a gambling situation, there is a position where a poker player can go all in and threaten the entire table to make wrong decisions. Or if you match up to all in, you have to leave basically that table because someone is trying to bully the table with their recklessness, basically. You should not be just as reckless as the other guy. If you have two aces, maybe it's worth doing it after all. You have like super high chances to win against recklessness, but the chances of this matching up, never gonna happen. If someone's doing this kind of strategy, you have to leave the table. You have to be offended. It's the most offensive move, going all in. Okay. That's just kind of a note. An interesting deal. You can still beat it if you find a big stack bully that maybe even splits on 2 bets at once. I don't know. Because you still have to like observe your opponent, so the big stack bully can actually afford it. But you really have to have like 10 or even 100 times more than the opponent is going all in on. So just a very interesting situation that can happen. You can learn gambling against other people, obviously, and you'll be better than other people in that sense. But it's just not a place where you want to go necessarily. I don't think so. It's compelling, again, stock market's compelling, as well as gambling is compelling, and I don't want to do it because it's just not normal. It doesn't give any value. You're just fighting each other. It's the same fucking thing as war. You just want things to be peaceful and normal. But instead, people have been really vicious. The girls were going stock market on their own beauty, basically. What can I invest into my looks so I look even more amazing than ever before and I attract more people's attention? And the guys were playing poker all the time. It's like, what the fuck was I even living anymore? Okay. This was at school. Women invest everything to beauty, and guys constantly play poker. Well, I am disappointed. I didn't do none of that shit. Okay. I guess I didn't play my gender role, which is... That's why I say gender doesn't matter. Please don't play roles, okay? This is a little bit too extreme. Yes, women do that. Women invest a lot of things into beauty. But guess what? You don't have to. You just have to take a few nice pictures and just learn what truly beauty is about. Truly learn investment. And you do it once. You know, and it's not even gonna be the same game. You know, it's a taking of a picture. You might even fucking start drawing yourself. You know, some animators just draw themselves and they still look cool doing so. I don't know, it's ridiculous. We can discuss that in greater detail. This is a cool point, but I just need to move forward and fucking finish this thing. Hour number 2, are you kidding me? Okay, but I still remember where I ended up. I ended up eating some food. Now I'll take a really big break after this one. Holy shit, my brain is handling all of this. Can you fucking believe it? Alright, so if automation can do it, you might not want to do it. You want to run away from automation as far as possible. So actually gambling and stock market are the easiest ones to automate and cheat through. Like, holy shit. So you might want to fucking step aside while robots clean the tables. Because holy shit, you can... I don't know why AI is not doing it right now, or maybe it's stealing all your money already, but it will do it, and it will do it perfectly. Perfectly. It will fucking react to every single move you make, and every way you play your game. Everything is going to be taken into account, and eventually the robots are going to spit perfect results, because they're learning. Just ridiculous. So you want to run away from automation. This one reason alone is why you shouldn't go to extreme points of money exchange, air quoted. Fucking garbage. Money investment. What the fuck is that? My concern is that scammers are getting more money than smart people. But potentially scammers are creating automation. And, or they're very active and they're wasting their time. So just because someone gets more money, okay, doesn't mean they're smart, doesn't mean they're good people. You know, like, money is becoming quite dirty, actually. Whatever it comes from, whatever it is, we need to find that clean fucking source of money. If I have to do it, holy shit, I didn't just born with bad parents. I born with bad reality. Hey God, you son of a fucking bitch. Do I own this reality now? After I make money appear out of nowhere? I just design money? You fucking asshole. Well, this is what tier 4 looks like, guys. I design money, I control everything. Take over the world. My plan succeeded. Congratulations, me. What the fuck? Whoops. I guess I missed my chance. I don't know. I should have been faster than that. Holy shit. No, I don't feel guilty about this at all. This is ridiculous. But it would be nice to bail from a lot of trouble that I have. Absolutely. Yeah. People can repeat this fucking thing over and over again, but I just don't believe it to be possible, because I didn't grow up with all these possibilities smashing into me and inviting me to fucking take a lick, a sip of an opportunity that would help me. You know, like, fuck. If there are magical outs, I would at least be happy camper with some candy. the way I put it together almost feels like true, right? There are magical outs, but there are magical, and they're not accessible to most people. And I am camping with candy right now, you know? Like, you have access to porn. An infinite amount of wisdom. Here you go. I don't have to say anything else, just go. Get the fuck out of here. Infinite amount of entertainment, it's all free too. Whoops. Is that something wrong? Is it not free? Police is gonna detain you if you download something illegally? You know, the reason why this is not happening is it's so fucking hard to actually detect it. It's completely worthless, and government still doesn't give a fuck about it, so do it. Take things for free, please. Send me money instead. Deprive all these fucking creators for their hard-earned cash. Because like, they don't deserve it anyways. Who cares? I'm an actor. I need cash. No, that's not true. You need to go to jail for projecting your face too many times on the screen. Nobody wants to see you five times consecutively. Yeah, whatever. I'm just upset about anyone who gets wealthy. Because again, they get bonus money while being irresponsible simply because they're in the spotlight. Right? You're in the spotlight, you're getting money. That's how it works. It's ridiculous. It's a little bit ridiculous. It doesn't, money doesn't test your responsibility. So that doesn't make sense all of a sudden. Yeah, if you do a good job, you get money. But you get bonus money because if you're getting money, your boss is going to sneak in, but take more money. So you become more of a slave to me, That's where you get extra money. So you become more of a slave. That's what this bonus money is for. Again, most people have more money than they should get. And that's the ultimate bonus. But they're slaves. They have readjusted their ways of thinking of like, well, this is the most important thing ever in life. And this is what gives me everything. And I can't literally function in that sort of perspective. Yeah, if you think that's true, you killed yourself, you killed the possibility to have a relationship with me. Please at least get enough money to say hi to me if I'm successful or whatever. Like, please at least do that, because that hi is going to give me a lot of cash. It's going to create a win-win situation. And I'll say bye. And shoot you with a tank. Because I am very offended of what I just said. I don't want to say hi to anyone. But I probably will be respectful, okay? In some form of way, I'm going to put another slave in. You're going to say hi to a slave of my corporation. It's like he represents Disney World or whatever. I don't know. It's just, the world is so fucking weird, isn't it? On low levels, everything is so stupid. But on high levels, people are just toying with other people. It's like pretending to be toys. To me, I never intend to pick up a person and treat them as a toy. To me, that's a lot more hurtful than it seems. Like, it's actually quite a lot of pain. How the fuck do you deal with that pain? Well, you're a psycho, basically. That's what government age is about. It's all about psychos controlling people and not feeling anything when they do that. It's like, well, people die. I'm a psycho. Let's go. People die. People consent to stupid things. So why not me? Why don't consent to me? Alright, always win-win or your life sucks. So this is a direct poke into scammers' face. If you're not winning, you're creating a terrible environment for yourself. The people you work with are less trustworthy. Not only just you're not trustworthy as a scammer, But the people you're working with also not trustworthy because they're too dumb. They buy into your scam or they actually out scamming your scam. Anything can happen, and while you're trying to make the other person lose, you're forcing that thing. That's also additional amount of work. Like, none of this makes sense. None of this always win-win. It's almost like that's exactly the definition of pain. You know, you're damaging environment for no reason, and it just, the pain comes back around, and it's like, oh shit, now I feel the damage. What do you think is gonna happen? You're gonna run away from this pain? No. It's gonna start chasing you now. Hey dude, why did you give me pain? And you keep chasing. It keeps chasing you, and as long as you keep running, you're becoming a bigger scammer. You have to face your pain, basically. Like, it's the simplest thing you have to learn from life. Face your fucking pain. Yes, if it's death, if it looks like death, it's pretty scary, and I know why it makes you run. And running is painful too, so sometimes it works. Why not? But for fuck's sake, just please operate properly in reality, okay? There's a specific definition of what a win is in reality. I should be doing stuff, cleaning my right, blah. Okay, this is what my heart said, so we have to ignore my heart. Shut the fuck up, okay? Shut the fuck up, my heart. I know you want to see people getting murdered and all that stuff. Somewhere war is happening. Or just turn on porn, actually. And you might see the exact same thing, because who knows what fucking sex is even. But I know because I said it. It's a release of tension. You will actually feel yourself like in a war zone when you're watching porn. It seems like so inconceivable, but yes, that's what it is. It's inconceivable. It's actually quite weird interactions with women who don't usually interact with people in general. So like, wow, it's actually quite fascinating to see how they interact. That's the reason why this team currently holds how many points? Almost 4,000. Well, that's the reason why they graduated before the other stupid teams that didn't graduate, which is only 2, PewDiePie and Hearthstone. Oh, PewDiePie is actually 37. Hearthstone is 35. I'm still sad about Hearthstone, but now that we open our heart... What? Wait, what's the last thing? Smart people think that they can chase the heart. Oh, we open it, okay. It's the greatest pun of all time. Okay, we open the heart. We have fucking 40 minutes or something. I'm so fucking tired already. I can barely process this. Okay, I open my heart. What does that mean? It means nothing. I know this is like a battle simulation that I can open, but it means nothing. I'm not gonna use the heart as a dumpster point. So I'm gonna bring this point back up. We have a fight to do. PewDiePie, Lindsay Sterling, by the way, the violin master. But she can't speak. Shut the fuck up. You might actually lose. And again, PewDiePie needs 3 times less points than Lindsay, so it's like, the question is how much points is he gonna get, not how much he's gonna earn against Lindsay. But it's kind of the same thing, honestly. Okay, we just have to figure it out. And I want to see. So PewDiePie has 3x advantage. Let's put it this way. Now check Reynad and Shane. And these guys are separated even further from each other. 4 times, I think. If we want to be very precise about it. How many Raynads are inside Cheyenne? Okay, 3.7. I'll say 3.5 times. Wow, so we're gonna run this competition real quick. Actually, the entire day, to be honest. See what happens. Also, I realized I didn't play Hearthstone. I have 3 quests to complete. So I'm sorry, guys. Oh yeah, because these people didn't graduate, that's exactly why I put them in a position where they can earn free points, pretty much. Quick points. So now we have Battle Simulator. Fuck yeah, dude. I still have to make sure that it's super entertaining somehow. But we finally have it. If someone needs points, they just have to knock out the people who have already graduated. These people are vulnerable, okay? Above 1,000 are the people who you can battle, I think. These are just graduates. Freshmen, so to speak. But these people have to fucking defend their titles. Let's say... yeah, whatever. Above 900. Let's not put it 1,000 just yet because it's not enough people who have 1,000. Let's say 900 at the moment. Okay. And now I need some personal battles. Some personal beef to complete quests. I'm truly realizing how big of a deal graduation is. Okay, mage. Mage is useless. But sometimes it's super fast, so I fucking hate mage. I don't know, I just wanted to say, like, graduation is so fucking tearful. It tears me apart, at least. Maybe it's a different emotion for other people. But, you know, we just lose connection. Is like what we thought were very powerful people, we just outshadow them. And the moment we strike the first shadow on them, it's just the scariest thing ever. For both of us, basically. What just happened? You outgrown me. That's crazy. It can happen. It's interesting. That's what graduation means. Throw your first shadow. I am tall enough to throw a shadow. To influence you, basically. It's kind of what it means. I hate buffing this. I just want to play properly in a way. Fill up tempo and all that shit. I don't see the threat here, right? Necessarily. It's like, that's not a threat. That's not it, man. So now I can trade. He used a bunch of fucking cards. Probably shouldn't have. Nah, it's fine, I guess. Okay. Yeah, now I'll just activate my hero power. And there's a few more locks. Okay. Spit for tolerance. Nobody rests. Fuck, I forgot the last one. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna unlock all these things. Most of them, again, come from Among Us. Watching PewDiePie play. Actually should check the scores, but it's probably gonna be in the very, very end of the video where I reveal the scores. So basically, I'll put some people on the line and reveal the scores in the very end. But while I'm looking around, Obviously, I'll check everything that I'm supposed to in a day. It is quite a big question, like, why the fuck would I do that? But this is gonna help the nobody rest lock. So let's figure out this one. See, your body's built to be curious, right? We figured that out, and you kind of switch positions. You enter the world of girls, and the girls enter the world of boys, and the weak ones kind of stay and pretend to be the world, basically. But essentially, even they are entering in a way, depending on how close they are to the ones who do this stuff. So let's show you a visual representation of that, and let me fucking shut down my mom. Alright, so let's visualize this. I have no idea how to clear this, so wow. Probably just refresh button. Okay. Two sides. Some people are alpha males. Some girls are alpha girls too. Who would have thought, right? But you have to fucking figure out what you're aiming for when you're being an alpha girl. Okay, what kind of fantasy you fucking fulfilling? What kind of person? Because these people are beta males, right? Whoever sits around and whoever fucking interacts with you, they might want to feel like alpha or whatever, but they're still beta males. And so girls and guys have to approach in order to have a relationship of any kind. Because these worlds of fucking they're not like all in, basically, okay? It's not rush wars, guys. Men don't have that much stamina all of a sudden just because we're not at war or something. To just go and rush something that completely stationary and has no identity whatsoever. So some women imagine that shit because they sit here and it's the lazy fucking squad filled with rejection and regret. Okay? But it's still the entrance point for most men. Because, again, this is like 4 elements altogether. And you can imagine, like, yeah, people here might want to be gay or whatever. And here might want to be gay too. But guess what? This is where all the men have to go from. So we already fucking mapped out 4 elements again. It's ridiculous. So okay, this is male, this is woman. Interesting, right? How it flipped out as well. How the M just flipped. Like it's already fucking pre-built. What are you guys fucking talking about anymore? And that's science, dude. I'm building what's already pre-built. Whether it was intentional or not, it doesn't even matter. Okay? You're observing logic itself. Logic. You're not observing something that moves in your body. Or moves in the space. Pretending... When something moves into your body, oh my god, it could be a virus. It could be. Nobody knows nothing. Because you have to observe everything as a whole all the time. Otherwise, you're left with no fucking knowledge and misconceptions. And you spread your own fucking disease. Whatever the name you fucking give it to that disease, it doesn't fucking matter now. We're just all playing a stupid game, as always. Leftover society is gonna play a stupid game, but the real society is not supposed to do that, okay? So I'm just gonna fucking do my work. Don't fucking judge me. If I die, I die. It's fucking war still, okay? Because if you're doing something that's not profitable, you probably are building yourself up in a way that people don't fucking recognize as self-building yet. Because you do it for yourself. and it constantly changes and improves. And people who are left behind, they're not a part of society anyways. And my mom is pissing me off right now all the time. She comes back, she can't fucking stop cleaning, but whatever. That's her thing. And it doesn't improve anything at all. It's just something she knows how to do because it's just like she's a robot at this point. I don't even understand. I can't stop her or anything. I can't negotiate. I have to just disappear and leave this fucking bullshit society alone. But I don't see a society. I have to create one myself, which is even worse. Anyways, so we all would start just with water, with women, right? Like, that's the starting point. So I'll mark it as 1. Then immediately turns into a moving water of some kind, flowing water. So I'll just say men are second. Because the first thing we have solids, water and earth kind of solids. Yes, water would flow until it doesn't. But if it's just a blob of water, like, and that's all there is, then there is nothing to do. But you know, with water, you know what the form and shape of the water actually is in the end. So it's kind of solid. But fire and wind are not solid. So I believe this is how it works. Water turns into wind because these are counter. Also, it's kind of interesting how we see odd and even distribution in a way. Oh no, women are weaker now. Yeah, okay. This would be super annoying because this is literally my personality, like an ultra male personality, and then I'm seeking for ultra female personality, I suppose, because I want the missing pieces. That's kind of interesting. So I understand everything basically about men's world and literally nothing about women's world. But now that I'm like kind of figuring things out slowly, because you can see these motherfuckers who pretend to be alpha males, they're businessmen. They training themselves in the women's world and how to kind of manipulate them, but mostly just extract wealth from the women, because women actually have probably more wealth than any men ever had. Yes, these fucking billionaires are nobodies. It's the women that have all the wealth, I believe. The way that I fucking see it, the moment I enter this fucking field, I'm like, whoa, women spend more money than men. That means they have more wealth. There's no fucking other way or option in my logical deduction, basically. Anyways, we have this going on, so that was fun. I'll give it a 2. I'll see that I mapped it out. Mapped out gender switch. Okay. So this is really fascinating, obviously. You have beta males and alpha males right here. Alpha males who prepare males to go and seek women. I don't do that. I pretty much prepare males. I'm right here. This is me. And I don't even get women actually approaching me, so I don't even prepare myself to be that guy. I'm just preparing other men to approach women. And in the end, it makes sense now. It makes sense to me. It makes sense that I know what happening here, and I know what's happening here, but I myself have literally no action whatsoever. So I can be the most gay person ever. Hey guys, I'm mega gay. Oh, mega gay, dude. You have never seen a more gay person ever. But also, we're also known as gamers, so whatever. I am ultra virgin, probably because I am super gay and a gamer. Even though I'm not actually a gamer right now. At all. If you say that I have a gaming channel on YouTube, no. Never happened. Yes, I uploaded some gaming content in a way when I first started, and it quickly dried off. The inability to succeed on YouTube or any platform whatsoever because of the competition makes no fucking sense. Okay, the way platform's supposed to be designed, this is why internet shouldn't make any sense to you right now. Internet may not even existed, by the way. Because the level of interactions that we're doing, what the fuck is that? You know, int? What does that mean? Introvert? No. Introverts are actually very good at interacting with people. If you haven't fucking figured that out. And if you haven't figured that out, holy shit. Internet never existed. Because you should be on the internet figuring this out, that introverts are great at communicating. They will not leave their screens. That means they never went outside in the world and shut the fuck up. What is happening? Yeah, cleaning operation right there. Let's clean some roads with the most annoying machine ever. Okay, whatever. Well, this is a simple observation I don't like among us, because people learn how to lie, but they also learn how to detect a lie. Is it still good enough? So the question is, like, what is the influential value of detecting a lie and being able to lie? Detecting a lie, maybe if you react to other people's content or whatever, and you're trying to find fake content or something. But the prank channels are died off. I don't know what it means to be fake. But it is useful to me to detect a lie. To me only. I need to detect whether a YouTuber is trustworthy and what he's gonna do in the future. But these motherfuckers, they're learning among us to lie. To become better liars now. And it's more exciting to do that in the first place. So it's kind of a mixed bag. I don't like this. But I might need to watch a few of these videos and title it as 1IQ play of Among Us, because what else am I gonna title my videos? My title is probably gonna turn to clickbait eventually. So simply because I'll put images of food as thumbnail, and I will put trendy words as just completely mask everything. But the idea is now that I figure out who I am, and I can probably even build a wall here. It's like, women are not allowed, actually. Not allowed. And the idea of this wall is like, you don't have enough stamina to actually approach here. You just don't. You're probably just gonna like all the wind people. And this is a wall for men. Don't turn back, you fucking fool. There's a train wreck coming your way. This is when I talk to capitalists. And it's like, you have money? Get the fuck out of here. No turning back, asshole. You're not gonna burn me to death. Okay, so first of all, I build walls. I pretend to be gay. But the reality is, probably I put watchtower right here. If I can observe everything that's going on. Literally everything. Watchtower guy. And kind of aiming right here with some kind of catapult. Or aiming at other watchtowers, basically. Cross watchtowering. Making sure that the other watchtower also exists. And I can jump on it whenever a woman occupies. So you literally have some crazy fucking strategies going on my side. And very straightforward strategies here. It's just the problem is you're gonna get rejected. Well, I am here trying to create a strategy that eventually is intuitive for everyone, and everyone is just pissing me off right now. It's like, it's my watchtower, I'm YouTube CEO. Well, that's what's gonna happen in the future when people start being super pretentious and annoying. But we'll know how to fucking detect annoying people and shut them down. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, that's the Among Us strategy, guys. If you haven't figured out. Anyways, opposite is true. It feels that I'm doing nothing. I'm doing the opposite of what everyone else is doing, but that's the whole fucking point. I can't really say the opposite is true. It's just, unique is true. You have a unique position in life, and you might not even be able to observe most people around you. There might not be even a competition, because it's either you have won without knowing. Who knows, right? Just it's a weird one. It's a weird one. This is almost like a fucking TikTok right here. It's fucking weird. But the TikTokers would be here. The women TikTokers would be here, over-investing themselves. If they're trying to just complete the circle, you're not gonna get through here. This probably is a wall that you cannot cross, and it's not my fault. It's just these people are very, very different from what you encounter here, where people expect to be approached or whatever. Again, my friend owns a little cafe, so he works there. He's probably approached by a lot of women, and he knows how to fucking handle this shit. But I don't, and I'm not approached by him because, fuck it, there's a wall now. We have to be protected. We are in a deadlight. Potentially, that's what a wall is. It's a very, very sensitive area, okay? There's not a lot of people here. We're endangered species. Fuck yeah, I feel that way. Now, I'm a smartass, right? And I ruin fun. But that's not exactly what internet is. Internet right now is total garbage. I ruin fun and something else. And what is that? Because I don't just ruin fun for people. I did that once, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like a poor person, and I can act like a smartass. Being a smartass is not actually acting smart. Okay. So at one point I was ruining someone's meme. I just type in a comment, they have to reply, whatever. They just trigger happy. But I ruined their meme, and it wasn't really fun. It was kind of offensive, right? It's one of those women territory moves where women trying to be offensive just to be attractive, but here it's a different situation, right? I'm kind of also interested in this position, but because capitalism, I think capitalists actually break through the wall, meaning that women here actually get to also enjoy some men of their. There's not a lot of men, however, so it kind of fucking, it is awkward right now. I don't know, just weird. But I saw people break through here, and the fire women are not so fucking tough after all. They're actually quite awkward. I don't know, that's just my hunch. I say a ruined misconception. People allow themselves to misconceive something and like misperceive something, and they like expand their egos to infinity. based on that thing. So I popped their bubbles, basically. The bubbles. What else do we have? Split for tolerance. No, spit for tolerance. This is another COVID joke. I used spit for a long time now. No, I used spit a few times now. So, and I said that I'm a very tolerant person. That tolerance is something you have to learn to do. I'm not sure. I should have talked about like friendship and stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm unlocking these things, but you get the idea. We're kind of approaching S rank anyways. It's getting super hot. Super messed up. All I want to do is just find the result right here. Am I satisfied? PewDiePie has content, so no big deal. Reynad still has content. So yeah, they will get something out of it. The point is, however, is how big of a stakes can someone pull off? Because I feel like the more content I watch, the more points I give in total, that's also going to be the stake. So the percentage, basically, for how long the war has been going on, the stakes rise, basically. But again, it's mostly the points that determine how long the war has been going on. Because sometimes I get distracted by something else easily, and you have to learn how to be distracted on the internet. You just have to let yourself be there, not try to battle it out. There's no other way. You have to watch whatever is watchable, basically. Whatever is edible, you have to eat. Internet is a very dark place. You see a fucking rotten egg? Okay, I probably don't want to eat this, but if you see an egg randomly somewhere and it looks okay, you kind of have to eat it. And just, this is what the internet is. It's full of weird stuff where it shouldn't be here. Sandwiches in random places. Knocking at your door. Fucking ads sometimes are watchable. You have to watch that too. You can't escape distraction at this point. Okay. If you're truly internet person, allow distraction to be evaluated. Because it's pretty good. That's what ads are expecting you to do in a way, and then YouTubers are expecting you to do, and all of a sudden this one fucking comment could be a surge of like 1 million points of revenue for people around the world. Just this one fucking idea alone, that you should be distracted. What's the big deal? You know, that's your life right there. It's randomly generated. Yeah, I kind of want to add, like, to your idols. If you throw the shadow on the people you looked up to. You can see you looked up to your parents as well. And you throw the shadow on them, you're like, whoa, I have influence now. Enough to break through. That's what graduation means. And I feel there is a very, very easy way to map out what graduation looks like, based on what kind of idols you're throwing shadow at. What kind of level of idols. The level of distance you're covering with your fucking shadow. That's influence right there. That's shadow market. That's what it's running on. Which is, I'll give it a fucking star. It's perfect. Perfect analogy, basically. Throwing shadows. Blocking the sun. All that good stuff, man, is in this sentence. Alright, so yeah, I'll put together scores very soon. The video is going to be over anyways. I just want to know what I'm not supposed to be here for. My mom is fucking restless. I mean, sure, you're very fucking happy to return, but that's exactly why she didn't have to return. and immediately take on such a big chore of just cleaning everything over and over again. So the head starts spinning. And my head starts spinning because of her fucking movement. It doesn't fucking stop. I'm looking at it right now. But anyways, imagine people go for vacation through travel sometimes. Like, it makes no fucking sense. They actually explore new territories while they go on vacation. This is more of a freedom-seeking mentality. So in a way, you're still a slave to your job if you're seeking freedom completely on the opposite side. It's like your functionality that we previously discussed, where you make choices, is completely gone now. I should be able to recreate these whole maps, right? So I can recreate the choice map. So when you go for a vacation, you go explore here. And you go a very direct route, right? I want to see a movie. Okay, bam. But the idea is to actually also map out the territory. If you like a movie, you might like an actor or something. You're mapping things out. That's cool. But again, the question is, aren't you paying for it? Whoa, that is not okay. If you're paying for something in this territory, you being a fucking garbage of a person. You paid here. You already worked hard. Why did you work hard to just pay again with all the money that you've earned? No. You hoard money all the way here and become a fucking good person when you talk to people for free. Okay? Talking to people probably is not free anymore. Used to be free. Is or used to be free. It still probably is. If you can play Among Us, finally you can have a platform to talk to people. Holy shit, that took a long time, guys, on the internet. Finally a game where we can talk of who's sus, who's not sus, and who's sitting in the toilet eating a Dorito or whatever. Like, fuck yeah, dude. I am sitting on the toilet. I'm gonna be the ultimate troll because I want fucking attention. And there is no fucking way I can get attention because you saw what happens on the map. I'm stuck. I'm just a man. I'm just a simple old man that sends people to war to catch women. You know, I prepared a very, very good young man. Now I'm super old, okay? Because my life has been drained. It was a fire person all along. But I also had a friend that kind of backed me up at the same time. So it all checks out. Now I'm just a lonely fucking person that did my job naturally. I don't even know, man. So, you're not supposed to be here. Okay. Stupid Among Us meme. You're not supposed to be Among Us. Okay. Okay, guys. That is... I'm not an imposter, but I'm just a troll, and that is so true right there. That is so fucking true. I'll give it a so true approval rating right there. So true. Oh no. Don't remove me. Come on, guys. Don't do this. Oh, it's a pizza party. Let's eat the pizza. Away. Wait. Like this. Oh no. Just destroy all the men. So there's alpha male, the beta male. Then there's another form of male, actually. Who would have thought? There's probably shortcut men. the cheaters too, who actually don't use watchtowers. It's just like, well, I can take a shortcut. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, you can't. You can imagine that you're taking a shortcut, but there's probably a wall there, a circular wall that here is as well. So yeah, I'll start mapping out more. Congratulations, guys. You're getting more quality content every single day. It's improving. So, yeah, while we have this 4 thing, there's no real way to cross this epic seal of doom. Okay. But this is what people think they are, right? They think they're here immediately by skipping. You can do pretty much whatever you want. But the reality is the watchtower is pretty much to expand over the horizon until you find that sweet spot. That's the sweet spot right there. How people cheat over it. So you can do it the safe way, or you can do the fucking cheat way. Which is always gonna be a cheat because you're taking huge risks, but that's kind of what your personality is built to do. This is where Lucid comes into play pretty much. And maybe this is a dream world where all the fucking lost memories circling into. It's like a drain. I don't know, man. This looks fucking appealing to me. So there's actually 4 types of men, which is what I always do. I say always 4 because for some reason 4 just works. Yeah, I do feel my videos are getting more and more exciting. Obviously the price is going up. It's not free, guys. 3-hour videos are already not free by definition. But I'm just saying, obviously, you have to, in order to keep up, in order to put me down on a position where I'm explaining to you exactly the things that you need to know, not someone else needs to know. Like, that's pretty expensive stuff to get me to do. That's the expense that actually is growing. But if you can keep up, that's cool. Congratulations. This must be super quality content. Why would I do any of this? I don't even question this, honestly. This is ridiculous. And spit tolerance. When you spit on someone, when you do some kind of rude thing, you actually checking their tolerance. It's easy to lose tolerance immediately in that situation. And yeah, it makes it very easy. Why do you need to check tolerance for another person? Kind of to see if they have an interest in you of some kind. Usually scammers are going to be like very annoying. So you would immediately test tolerance on them to see how much they're interested to do anything else but the direct damage that they're trying to inflict on you. Anyways, so yeah, this is a very interesting deal. So this is an entire male map, I would say. And I just need names for the males, but I wouldn't even say alpha, beta, or whatever anymore. Because then I say delta, gamma, or whatever. I don't even know how to fucking draw those letters. Yeah, I will definitely be a fucking gamma. You can do delta. And you can be beta. Because delta is the one that fucking wants all the choices available, but immediately realized that they're in a fucking forest. In a fucking jungle. And whatever sticks, it's gonna work out just fine. Because these are lonely women, by the way. It's kind of weird. And then as a watchtower person, once I get my sweet spot, I know that these people are going to be very influential. The scary part is like, what the fuck do I do in the watchtower, right? Do I stay here? Do I just send a message? So there's always like a very questionable existence for everyone, I would say. Do you just stay here and let women fucking get away with anything? You build some kind of wall, tall wall, but then people gonna start flooding this stuff. Like, balancing this entire fucking map just for yourself is impossible, pretty much. I don't know. The best thing you can do is just roleplay, right? And learn how to balance yourself just by being the underdog most of the time. That's why minorities are so interesting for Americans, because they just feel a lot of power, I guess. They feel like they can roleplay anything and rebalance everything. Yeah, roleplay as a black person. But now you can definitely see Americans are in trouble. You can't roleplay as a black person. The moment you fucking create that sort of narrative, oh, this minority's suffering, but they're mainly black. That's game over, basically. There is a lock, double lock, basically, that calls out a game over. Because you have to unlock both of them at once. That's impossible. Anyways, I think that's about it. I'll just announce the scores. I think I should do it right now. I should not fucking delay too much. I have it. So, I probably should just rest afterwards. Every single battle is just the most disgusting thing. Because you have to do research. You can't just allow internet to do what it does best and distract you. Actually do research. So PewDiePie actually got 11 points. I'm gonna write it down here. This guy 11. Lindsay barely got 6. So again, Pewds is gonna take away a huge cake out of this, which was expected. It's just we need to make sure that my expectations were correct. We have 4 and 2.5. Four and 2.5, which is again very good score. But it's gonna give Reina a little bit less. I'll give them 7% stakes and then 15% stakes based on the scores. Alright, let's battle her out, boys. Let's see how much he got. Battle PewDiePie. Pewds. Ugh. Pides. Oh man. So 15% PewDiePie get 11. Lindsay got 6, I believe. Gains 100 points. Imagine that. That's not what happened. What? Why does he have 1,000 though? Oh, because of a multiplier. Oh, fuck my life. I need to make sure that the multipliers that, so... Oh, shit. Oh, that's annoying. That's so annoying. How the fuck... Wait, what the fuck? Yeah, read I. Now this is so fucking complicated all of a sudden. For no good reason. Okay. False. No, it's true most of the time. But when do I... What? When do I use this? One time. Holy shit. It's gonna be false. I need multiplier. Most of the time. I think a multiplier is actually a very, 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 very specific thing. And I'll just replace it with something entirely different. Because when I'm doing any other interaction, it just completely destroys the idea. Also, the multiplier actually worked on Lindsay too. So I will have to load this. I can't just let it like slide. She lost so many points. If I load, hopefully it works out. And they haven't battled each other. So yeah, that's a distribution of 500. Yeah, I mean 540. Holy shit, the stupid multiplier is pissing me off. Okay, let me fix that. Alright, so we did the first battle. I fixed everything. Now battle Reynad and Shane. We have 4 versus 2.5. At stakes 7 for 2.5. Let's just do it like. Ooh. Ooh. I can't do 2.5 like that. Okay, that's fine. I can still do it properly. I didn't load the data. Okay, I see. Okay, battle. Yeah, I can't do 2.5. It's 2x. That's how I use half symbolism. Okay. Reynad, Shane. 7. 4 and 2x. Gains $88 of influence, so sucks basically. Shane supposed to have had more then, but then he has a lot. What the hell? He has it literally exactly the same. Nothing changed. That doesn't make much sense to me. The change happens, but when you immediately read it, yeah, it doesn't occur immediately somehow. Makes absolutely no sense to me. I see now, because the cards get replaced and thrown away. The card is completely replaced now. Well, that's fucking weird. Oh, yeah. So what I have to do, I have to actually call like this. I don't think I saved it, didn't I? I don't think I saved it. So I have to call by the name instead. See, there's extra problems. Just use a fucking dictionary. Hundreds of problems all of a sudden. I don't understand, man. Multiplier problems. Everything is super hard to function. But this is the only thing, and then this thing shows up now. If there's a third strike on this fucking deal, I have to do it the clean way. Which I have to remove the dictionary and replace it with something else, which is a fucking Indiana Jones move. Holy shit. I don't like this. It shouldn't be that problematic, hopefully. Oh, come on, what the hell? cards, sure, whatever. Battle. Actually load. 7-4. 2.5. We did it. It changed. It shows the new results. Great. So in the end, we have 108 transfer, and we have 88 transfer, which is well predicted. If I lose the prediction, the battle prediction, there should be like, no, I don't think the number matters that much. But the prediction that someone has to win for sure. Otherwise, I'm almost staking myself into this. Because I use the battle. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I'm adding too much difficulty already. But here's the transfer that was guaranteed. Super useful for PewDiePie team. Alright, and Team Hard as well. Not so much. Whatever. I think I have to like really rethink what this team is about, even though I might play it every day. I might look at it every day. It's actually kind of getting itself banned in a hard fucking way. Where like I don't really care much. There isn't the link. There is the apps in the link. There's one more thing I'm gonna add actually. I don't think actually they exist now. Oh, okay. So I can add Girls. This is one of the apps. I'm still gonna do like 50% link. I'm not confident with full percent, but even though these are cards too, technically, I don't know. It's just an app. It's like a faceless monster, so it's fucking annoying. Scrolls 60%. Now Hearthstone is doing exactly as PewDiePie. Okay, that's interesting. Somehow I sniped it. Alright, so that's the end of the episode. Damn.